Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is video 2 of this series, and this video we are going to talk about intermittent fasting and ketosis. So the first thing you want to do if you want to get your body into ketosis, and you really actually want to get your body into ketosis as you start to do intermittent fasting, because when you are on the intermittent fast, your body is going to start to eat the fat as a primary source, which is what you want, because you want your belly fat to shrink and you want the excess fat off of your body and the excess weight that was being held through eating sugars and carbs. You want that to go away. So the quickest way to get into ketosis is, before you even change anything about your diet or before you even do any intermittent fasting, is you want your body to get adjusted to using fats as a fuel, to using ketones as a fuel instead of sugar and carbs. So your number one friend in this whole process to get your body into ketosis is going to be something called MCT oil. It's a medium chain triglyceride oil. They've taken coconut oil and they've highly refined it to be even a purer form called this MCT oil. And you can probably research all about it online. But what this does, this will be your best friend. So I don't know if you've ever heard of bulletproof coffee. That's one of the things that people have when they're starting on this process. Is they'll have, in the morning, you'll have a form of coffee with cream or some monk fruit, not sugar, if you're switching to keto. So have your bulletproof coffee with cream and monk fruit or erythritol sweetener or something like that, and then put in a tablespoon of this MCT oil, and your body will start to get used to using ketones as a fuel. Let's say you're not a coffee drinker, you're more of a tea drinker. Perfect. I am also like that. I actually prefer tea to coffee. So what I do is I have my loose leaf tea and I brew my tea for 10 minutes until it's fully brewed. And then I add 1 tablespoon of MCT oil. And even before I started any intermittent fasting at all, I would have my tea with 1 tablespoon of MCT oil 3 times a day. In the morning, as soon as I woke up, I'd have my tea with a tablespoon of MCT. And halfway in the middle of the day, I would have my tea with MCT. And just before bed, I would have my tea with MCT. And I probably did that for about 2 weeks before I even started any intermittent fasting, just to get my body used to, oh, we now have a new energy source. It's fat. It's this MCT oil, which is actually really good for your brain functioning. It's good for your gut. It's really healthy overall. And I got my body used to the fact, oh, we're now switching over to MCT oil and ketones and fats as an energy source where you can have more calories. You can eat up to 70,000 calories a day, whereas on a glucose-based diet, you're having about 1,700 calories a day, and your body is going in these fluctuations of energy highs and lows where you constantly have to snack. You want to slowly wean your body off of the snacking habit and the grazing habit, which is very popular. I hear people say, oh, but I like to eat snacks all day long and I don't have heavy meals. This is a completely opposite system where you want to fast, and eventually, once I go further in the videos, I'll explain how you want to put your body into a fasting mechanism so that you can take advantage of a process called autophagy. I'm going to be explaining this in future videos, but for now, just as a first step, I always like to start small with first steps, is go and buy some MCT oil and then just start adding it. Even if you're on a regular diet and you're not even fasting, just start adding 1 tablespoon of MCT oil to your tea or hot beverage. It's best to do it in a hot beverage, so either tea or coffee or anything like that. Start adding 1 tablespoon of MCT oil to your hot beverages whenever you can, and slowly I will introduce more in the next videos in these series of how to work with your body with intermittent fasting and ketosis. Comment below if you have any experience with intermittent fasting or ketosis in any way. I know when I first heard about ketosis and people that were on a ketogenic diet, I thought it was so crazy. And I saw people who were trying to do it and they seemed to just be very angry or agitated because they didn't have food. But I think the secret is, and what you really want, is you want to have this MCT oil, because with this MCT oil, you don't have any cravings. You actually feel completely satisfied. You can feel completely full. You don't have those emotional ups and downs. You don't have the cravings. You don't have the anger. You don't have the dissatisfaction that you get when you're starving your body. So this is the gentlest, safest way to get into ketosis, is just start having your MCT oil 2 or 3 times a day in a hot beverage, and we'll take it from there in the future videos.